Oh my gosh, Dr. Rupp's in the house. Get out of here. What? Hey, it's Rob Rafferty. How you doing? Whoa, look out. Sorry. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Wow. Guys, this is my old history professor back at Wesleyan. Did you know Dr. Rupp has...
Students are all over the place.
You guys met?
We don't know where.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they did the whole thing.
It's good to see you. My gosh, I didn't know you were here. Okay, well, you surprised me. Sorry. I have some candy for the students here. Oh, sorry. Be careful. I've heard you've had some falls and all sorts of adventures. Yeah, I don't want to bring that up. Okay, you guys may have missed out the first round. You didn't, but these guys did. So I'm bribing you early. I know this is the last thing before happy hour, but you're tired. You got up at 4 in the morning. Take these, pass them around, please. Do what you will. Do what you will. I think Tad's in a meeting, so I can just roll, right?
Can I introduce?
Go for it.
Based
Go.
on what I know?
Basically, all good, all good, all good.
I will tell you, I can introduce Rob's mom better than I can introduce Rob. Rob's mom was my math teacher in high school and one of my favorite people on the planet. And I've coached Rob's niece, and I'm getting to know Rob. And what I know about Rob is that he is going to be some of the most engaging content you've had all day. And so I'm really excited. Will you guys welcome Rob Rafferty for me?
Yeah. Bobcats in the house. It's a real honor to be here. I mean that. I look out at this audience, and I was told initially there were going to be like 40 or so people signed up, but the number's whittled now. It's 22. And this is true. I get to bat cleanup, and I'm glad. It sounds like you had an adventurous day. We have about half an hour before the reception kicks off, so I want to make this interactive. I have a couple ideas or thoughts or mindsets that I want to share with you. It's not advice. It's just information that may land with you and help you and as you navigate through your college years and early professional steps. As I said, I'm just honored to be here, and I look at this audience and I feel like I'm with winners. I mean this. I view you as the top 2% of Wesleyan College. How did I get that number? There are about 1,000 students at West Virginia Wesleyan. Anybody could have been here today. This is an optional event. So I want to give you all incredible gratitude and congratulations for taking this chance to come here. Dr. Rupp knows this. This is a distinguishing feature that is going to get you everywhere in life, okay? And it's my first, if there's anything you remember from my little remarks here, which it's okay if you don't remember any of it, just try this one thing. It's that action creates information. There's so much time that we spend thinking, contemplating, dwelling, but you've got to take steps. And you guys are here. You showed up. That's a big deal. So give yourselves a round of applause or a pat on the back. And we're going to build on that later because you're going to see something pretty exciting. If you accept that premise, like action creates information, what do you mean, Rafferty? What's the opposite of action? Inaction. Okay. What other words could we use to substitute for that? Still. You can have negative connotations with it too. Lazy. Stuck. Well, if you think about this, we often can dress those words up in ways that sound sophisticated too, like planning, strategizing, contemplating, waiting. You know, like I'm just going to sit here and think about my next steps. I might go on that trip to Washington, D.C. I got to think about the value proposition and I got to contemplate the costs and the benefits. We spend so much time thinking about opportunities rather than just taking the actions that are going to create the information. And this is, I think, the greatest barrier to most people. We are able to imagine the downsides much better than we imagine the upsides. Action creates information. It doesn't mean that information is always things that we like to learn. Sometimes you make mistakes through taking actions, but that's how you can course correct and improve over time. And you'll make a lot more progress that way by showing up, by taking opportunities like this to be here, to meet extraordinary alumni and others in the Wesleyan network that can help you in very direct ways throughout your life. So again, kudos for being here. If you accept that general framework, action creates information, then there's sort of three concepts related to that. That's when I impress upon you, then we'll have a conversation about it. Proximity, signal, and follow through. Okay, action creates information. What is proximity in relation to this? Well, you gotta be where you want, you gotta be close to the things you want in life, right? So you take action to do that. When we're growing up, we're often asked things like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You all probably got that as a kid, right? And I think you probably got it on the survey here too. I saw a lot of exciting answers. Lawyer, ER nurse, police officer, freelance writer, political analysis. These are all job titles, and that's a starting point. But I think when we're talking about proximity, we can get even sharper these days, and we can think about, who do I want to be when I grow up? And then you can actually get very precise here and get specific people's names and write them down. And we're in a world today where you can have access to that proximity. You might not get right next to them, but you can find out their universe, their orbit, and you can reach out, take action, connect, and be close to the sun as possible. And through that process, you can learn a lot. So as you're thinking about your life, taking action, and what you want to be, I would say the next step beyond that is identify specific individuals in your universe that are doing the things you want to do. And then taking risks and reaching out and getting close to them. And you're not always going to get the type of feedback or information you want. They may ignore your emails or phone calls, but you'd be surprised how excited some people get when someone reaches out to them and says, hey, can I come work for you? Can I have an internship? Can I spend a day in your office? Can I interview for my podcast? Can I do an interview for a newspaper report in my campus newspaper? Things like that, opportunities like that can really open doors. So get proximate to the people that you want to become someday. Signal. This is how you show up in the world. And the general takeaway here, which is tough for all of us, specifically for introverts, but it's this idea that you can't get picked if you're invisible. So a lot of you might know what you want to be, and you want to take action, but you're nervous or hesitant to share that, to communicate that, either digitally or analog. So I really want to push you on this. How do you show up in the world in a way that's consistent with your stated desires? This is where we get into a really exciting concept of expressed preferences versus revealed preferences. We all have ambition. I'm sure if I asked, you could say, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want to accomplish. These are the things I want to achieve. How do your actions relate to that? And how consistent are those two when you really, really approach that deeply? What signals are you putting out in the world in relation to your stated ambitions? That's an important thing that I think take stock of from time to time and hold yourself accountable for that. And then finally, follow through. This is the easiest one because so few people do it. And the way I frame it is, how are you daily living in a life of gratitude? I actually take us to an extreme level. And it's not easy. We're in a world where there's so much division, hate, anger, frustration, people lashing out. But if you can separate from that noise and wake up every day being grateful for what you have and the opportunities that you have here at Wesleyan College, in this country, I'm telling you, this is going to change the game for you. And I can speak to this on a very personal level, and it really wasn't until a few years ago that I started to adopt this mindset. My mother, unfortunately, had a very rapid disease. It was just very tragic to see her experience that in her 70s. And it caused a lot of anger and frustration and resentment among her family. But she didn't have any of those emotions at all because she had perspective. This is the thing about gratitude. She said, guys, I've been alive to my 70s. We've had a great time together. Think about all the people in the world that never had a family, that never got to know their parents, who's maybe they had their lives tragically cut short, well before my 70s. I've lived a great life. And she lived that way. She died with gratitude. And that really changed my perspective. If I can live that way, if I can take that mindset and think about the things I'm tempted to complain about. Oh, my coffee's cold. Oh, the fries are, not salty enough. They put the wrong toppings on my burger. You put that in perspective to the real challenges people are facing in the world, and it can really change your ability to cope and just exceed what's possible. So proximity, signal, follow through, and then back to that top thing, action creates information. Now, when I said I view this as like a group of winners, and I initially was the 4%, because there were 40 of you initially, but then half that even showed up. So it's like, 2%. There's something else I want to point out here, and this is, I think, awesome. Professor Bowers sent out an email from me and a video welcoming you and getting excited about this session. I'm trying to get people pumped up, And I opened this invitation, hey, reach out, connect with me, shoot me a message, tell me about your life. 3 students reached out to me. Is Lise here? Lise Shala, Nia Stanton, Nia, all right, and Faith Yoho, right? Let's give it up for these 3, yes. All right. What I want to do is acknowledge that they just took a little extra step. And because of that, I'm in a position to have a conversation with them right now in front of you in real time that can showcase how that little bit of information can be used to maybe inform or get them further down the road in their next steps. So I'm happy to do this with anyone, anytime, but there's a reason why you put that signal out. It's a two-way street. You got to seize those opportunities when they arise. So at least Nia and Faith are the 0.03% of Wesleyan College, right? So good for you guys. Would any of you want to just go back and forth on the specific questions that I just mentioned, those 3 dimensions of that can help you as a sort of a mental framework? Let's walk through your ambitions, right? If you're open to it. Lise, are you ready for this? No pressure, bro. This is what you get. This is maybe why some of you don't want to email me, because you're afraid what's going to happen. Here's what he said. He said, my name is Lise Shala. I'm a sophomore planning to graduate in December 27. I'm a physics major, computer science minor. My interests are soccer, electrical engineering. Since coming to West Virginia Wesleyan College, I gained more interest in physics, not just electrical engineering. Goals are currently to get an internship with NASA, which I've applied for and I'm waiting to hear back from. And if not, then some other kind of physics internship or summer research. I'm from Arlington. This is his hood, man. You're from where are you from? Arlington, but where? Like right nearby here?
Green Valley.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Come up to the stage. Come on up. Come on up. Yeah, welcome, niece. All right. And he's happy to be here for networking purposes. Yeah, grab a seat, man. We'll have a little interview. Come on, you're good. We're gonna have fun with this. All right. So you said what you want to be. You're trying to get in engineering. NASA, right? That's where you want to go. How's that playing out? Why NASA?
Well, I feel like it's just a big name.
It's the brand.
Yeah.
NASA is, they got us to space, right? That's it.
And not every internship can pay you money, but West Virginia has a program where if the internship can't pay you money, but it's related to NASA,
Yes.
they'll pay for you. So it just makes it easier to get it.
So proximity, he's trying to get into that world, into that universe. I commend you just for applying. I bet the odds are stacked against you and every applicant. Am I right?
Yeah.
Of course. They're not just going to take every applicant. There's going to be a very, very rigorous selection process. You might not get that opportunity.
My professor said that I should apply. So.
Heck yeah, dude. Who was your professor?
Dr. Delaney.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. You need to thank that person. Not a lot of professors always say, oh, don't bother. Don't waste your time. You don't have a shot. Your grades aren't good enough. You don't have the curriculum. Don't even bother. I'm telling you, that is the path to failure because you don't even try. So commend you for even putting the application in. Here's the important part about it. We talked about taking action as a means of gaining information, right? Action creates information. Even if you are not accepted, you create an opportunity for what? That third pillar of gratitude. You can reach out and say, hey, thank you for your rejection letter. If that happens, by the way, I'm not anticipating it. If it does, you can still embrace it and turn it into something positive. You can say, hey, thank you for considering me. What can I do if I want to apply for this next year to be in a better position? You think that's going to impress them or what? No one does that. We get resentful, we get angry, we get bitter. Oh, I didn't get this thing in my life that I really wanted. That's not the mindset, man. Have one of gratitude. You had an at-bat. You had the opportunity to try it, So that's a way you can incorporate some of these tools I'm talking about to flip the switch. And then I guarantee you, someone will reply and say, hey, well, this is something you could beef up, you can improve next time to be more competitive. Doesn't mean you're going to guarantee that opportunity, but it helps optimize the possibility of it. So, man, I'm excited about this. If you get in, that'd be remarkable. That'd be exciting too. But even that's not the success. We get so hung up sometimes on, oh, I got this fellowship, I got this job offer, I got the job that I really want. That's just the start of the story, right? How are you using that? What are you learning from that experience? And here's where it gets really interesting. And I want to tell you from my own experience, sometimes you have an ambition in life that you achieve, and then you realize, wait a second, is this really what I want? That's a rough spot. Talk about your quarter life crisis, right? A lot of people experience that. How do you react to that? It matters, you know? For me, it was wanting to get to the hill. I was going to be, you probably don't remember that old TV show. Oh man, who was, I'm talking about from the 90s. It's all about politics in the White House. Yes, West Wing. That was my jam, baby. But when I actually achieved that, I was through action and just circumstance, and I was able to get on the Capitol, but I realized it wasn't a good environment for me. It could be for others, not for me. But I had to react and respond and pivot to that. And again, Lise, great work here. In terms of gratitude, we talked about like this internship. You could show gratitude to the professor. We could build on that even. Is there anything you could do from this experience? How could you demonstrate, gratitude? There's a lot of different ways you can do that. But have you thought about after this day, when you get out of here, what you're going to do to say thanks to someone?
Well, they gave a lot of good points about how, when you're working with new people, ask them questions, especially mentors. Ask to take them out at coffee because they'll want to really get to know you.
Yes.
So even if I do get opportunity, because they said getting your foot in the door is just the first step.
100%. Yes.
You want to keep the connection alive. So if I do get the opportunity, then I know that I should talk to my mentors or whoever's I'm working with,
Yeah.
learning from, and ask some questions and stuff.
That's awesome. 100%. Lise, you're the man. Everybody give it up for Lise. Good luck with the NASA application, bro. I hope you get that. Another thing is you can look tangentially too. You have the ideal, but then you can look at things in that universe. And you guys, please tell me you're embracing AI technology just for information sourcing, right? I'm telling you, you could go and you can have a conversation and ask, hey, what are some of the other organizations that are in the orbit of NASA that have internship programs? What are some things in West Virginia? I did this, by the way, on a walk this morning, Lisa, and I could give you a laundry list of things in West Virginia that are engineering companies that have contracts with NASA. There's aluminum factories that supply metals that are used for rockets. And so it's unbelievable, the web of infrastructure that NASA is touching in West Virginia. And then you go to the alumni office and you say, hey, do we have people in Wesleyan that work at those companies? How can I get networked in to get an opportunity? It's not NASA, but it's another way. And maybe next time you have better opportunities. All the different ways to think about it. Great job. Nia, come up here, Nia. We got 10 minutes left. So you only get, yes, all the way from England, right? Wales, sorry. I get them all mixed up, Thank you for being here. Nia, LinkedIn, she hit me up on LinkedIn. I like that. I'm a LinkedIn freak, man. DMs. Hey, my name is Leah. Is it Staten? Stanton. Okay, Stanton. I saw Justin's email reaching out to say, I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited for the trip. I uploaded the file to your drive. So I had that drive that I opened up, and she's the only one that sent me things. She sent me a document in there. And this was like a little letter. And it said, hi, I'm Nia. I'm a driven MBA candidate at West Virginia Wesleyan College, class of 26. Passion for leadership, community development, driving positive change. Background in education, experience leading teams, campus life community director. I've honed my skills in program management, staff supervision, student support. My international experience includes working for Football for Peace in the Gambia and teaching in the UK. Taught me the value of adaptability, cultural intelligence, collaboration. This is music to my ears. I love it. I'm excited to apply my skills in the business sector, education, civil services, contribute to organizations that value innovation, leadership, and community. All right, so your interests are soccer, baking, sports, music. You want to complete your MBA, go back home, start a job in some of these areas of interest. So What do you want to be when you grow up? Who are you going to be? More importantly, you got a lot of interest. This is okay, by the way. People talk about niching down. I want to like, we're going to challenge that a little bit. You say sports or government.
Yeah, just from my range of experiences and what I've done throughout my years, like exposing myself to so many different things. I've got so many different interests that I'm like too broad. I just need to narrow it down.
All right. So how do you think about this idea of proximity? How do you get close to the sun? You know, how do you get close to the people, organizations, the culture that you want to work in and thrive in? How do you thinking about that? I mean, again, this is all new to you, the way I'm framing things. It's okay if we can walk through it a little bit. All right, you're going back to Wales. Is there a footy club you're a fan of back there? Is there some place you absolutely desperately want to work? Like, man, I would love to just work for this team. I don't know. I'm just curious.
It's just like I think that I'd enjoy working in the realm of women's soccer.
Oh, it's a specific, so women's soccer, that's important.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's probably an infrastructure, there's an enterprise, there's an organization, right? And then, so you might target that, you might figure out who are the people that work there, what connections do they have, even if it's tangential. And this is where LinkedIn can be a useful tool. You can see first, second, third connections. You'd be shocked. They used to call it like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. That's probably like back from the 90s. But it's like, you know, LinkedIn is now demonstrating that we are all radically connected to very, very powerful, interesting people, maybe in ways we had no idea. That spider web of connection is more apparent and more accessible now. So this could be a thing. You just have to look into it. You got to take action. But if it's not that team, or necessarily even the women's soccer club or organization, maybe it's like the suppliers. Maybe it's the business side. You're getting your MBA, right? What are the shoe manufacturers, the ball manufacturers, the tire, other things, right? There's so many things around that universe you could explore and check out. So that's something to think about. I wanted to talk about also baking. Baking. This is where it gets fun. Take your multiple interests and converge them. How about baking and soccer? Like soccer ball cookies or something, you know? Like maybe. What type of things do you like to bake?
Anything. I mean, I grew up around food. I did a food GCSE, so I got a food qualification.
Oh, she's not just a hobbyist. She's got licenses and all sorts of things. You could actually, all right, so people, that's cool to know. How do we know this about you? How do you share that information? How do you signal it to the world in a way that can help others, you know, get excited about it? And man, the barriers to sharing that type of information online are very minimal now. And I encourage everyone just to lean into that more. So this is exciting. And then I just think the sky's the limit. And you are awesome for taking the steps for reaching out to me. And we have a little bit of time just to do one more person before we end up. Give her a round of applause, folks. Yes. Yes. Way to go. Faith Yoho. Come on up. You're the next contestant. She DM'd me on LinkedIn as well. Hi, Rob. My name is Faith Yoho. I'll be attending the DC trip. I'm a member of the Wesleyan Class 26. Listen to this. Graduating in May, BA in Communications, minor in Broadcasting. Love everything that falls in the wide umbrella of comms. I'll be attending Fordham University. All right. She's getting her master's in public media. My goal is to work in public relations or social media. I would love to be able to do that for a sports team if possible. I attend this trip in October. So she's been here before. You showed up. This is your second time on this trip. That is awesome. You're showing up again. Absolutely loved it. Excited to meet you. Thanks in advance for taking time to speak with us. So listen, Faith, your name implies what we're talking about here.
Sometimes.
Yes. All right. How do you think about your proximity? So you're going to Fordham, but what are you looking for immediately? What do you need this summer? What's going on professionally here as you get out of college?
Nothing yet, so keeping my options open.
Do you want to get to New York? Do you want to work in West Virginia? Do you need to make money? Like, get sharp on those short-term goals. You're going to be a student at Fordham in the fall.
Yeah, I work over the summer. So
You're working.
I can save up my money, so I just need to find it.
Is there? Are you able to tell us what that work entails? Do you have is it a type of job, like a specific place you work, movie
One
theater, something like that?
summer, I worked at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium where
Nice.
Dolphin Tail was filmed. You've heard of Winter, the dolphin with no tail.
I did not know that. Has anyone heard of the dolphin with no tail? Okay, I'm out of that loop, but hey, that's cool.
So I acted in high school, so I did shows there.
Very nice.
I'm on the Wesleyan golf team South, and one summer I coached a golf camp in Florida. My mom lives in Florida, so I go down there sometimes.
Yes.
And then I went to New York one summer and worked at a summer camp.
Very cool. Well, you're about to get in the thick of it as a student. And I just want to say, with social media interests and passions, what are you doing in that space now? How are you signaling to the world in your capacity just as a student? Have you thought about that? Or are you, I don't even know, like what your handles are, what your interests are, or some people aren't always wanting to share their life on there. I get it, it's not a requirement, but it's an opportunity potentially.
I'm a social media and marketing intern for a local small business in Buchanan.
Money, which one?
Moonflower.
Oh, I know them. They're right downtown. They got the astronaut on the wall. This is like begging for social media. I've never set foot in there. I don't really understand it, but it's cool, man. My dad's an FBI agent. I grew up in a different time. It's just a different. But it's all good. Listen, no, this is cool. How did that opportunity come about?
Justin emailed my advisor, Dr. Bressler, and then Dr. Bressler emailed us comm people, and then I emailed Justin and asked to be put in contact with Alex and Riley.
So there's a lot of credit to go around here. The professors source these opportunities, they share them, but it's ultimately up to you. Every individual in this room has immense opportunities. I know it's challenging, it's confusing, and sometimes feels impossible. You are responsible for replying to those emails, for reading that up. When it comes to you, take action on it. A lot of your colleagues and peers won't. Wednesday, for instance, is back in my day was a party night at Wesleyan, and I asked myself, would I have made this trip? Would I have gotten up at 4 a.m. to come to Washington, D.C.? Given my ambitions, I hope that I would have. I really do. But you did it. You guys are here. You get credit. Twice, Faith did it. But here's the other thing. Even in the absence of this opportunity coming to you, which it did through an email, this is something you all got to hear, man. Buchanan has all sorts of great small businesses that would, I think, many of them, I don't know personally, but I'd be happy to look into it, help you out, would be excited if you just walk in the door and you say, hey man, I can do some social media. I'd love to help showcase your venue. Let's talk about that. They might tell you to get out and never talk to us again. That's okay. You got to take rejection. Action creates information, right? That information might be a rejection, and that's okay. You know more than you did before. Otherwise, you're just sitting around thinking about it, right? Don't think and contemplate and think what could have been in life. Take action. So you're taking action. I love to see this. What about gratitude? So this is your second trip, man. What are you grateful for? Who are you going to thank?
I think it's always so nice of Justin, Hope Planet, and Tad to bring us out here. It was a great trip last time. But also just kind of speaking like what you shared with your mom, I'm just kind of grateful to be here. I was in an accident over the summer, so
wow.
Just having the opportunity that Wesleyan's built such a great community around me. I don't think that I would have been in as good of a place as I am without my family that I've built at school. So
that's awesome. And you're going to lean on that. You're going to be soon a part of the orange line, all of you. And this is very important because you're the 2%, right? You're the winners. You're going to go out and accomplish things. You're going to do things. You take the actions you carry that forward. You're going to succeed in life. And then you're going to come back and do these types of events when you're asked. And you're going to pay it forward to the next generation that comes after you. That's how this orange line works. You're amped up to do that, it sounds like, which is awesome. So give it up for Faith. Thanks, everybody. I was looking at your list here, and I'm like, we have 2 minutes left. I could go through all of you and be like, oh, here's something you could do. Proximity. If you want to be a police officer, a freelance writer, you could reach out to some of the local law enforcement agencies. You could talk to the security guards on campus, all sorts of things there. You want to be an ER nurse, St. Joseph's Hospital, talk to the nurses that work there. My sister's a nurse. I'll make an introduction. I mean, there's so many things. A wedding planner. Man, you could be doing that right now. You should be planning weddings this summer, every weekend for people at low cost, learning your skills, learning your trade. There's so many things. There's so many other things on here. My number one takeaway, again, goes back to the start. Action creates information. Please understand there's a lot of bad things going on in the world. That's always true. It's not unique. We think of ourselves as special. I'm growing up in the 90s in Dr. Rupp's classes, and I was so terrified of North Korea. There was all this chaos going on over there. And then it was Serbia and Croatia, and oh my gosh, you can look back in history. These things, you probably even remember them now. You weren't alive for any of that stuff. But this was a weight on me growing up. Oh my gosh. And I start to realize this is how it is. America is a fascinating place, and the world is a fascinating place. Human beings are fascinating creatures. So we're never going to avoid some of that. How do you react to it? How do you respond to it? You lean into the opportunities, and I'm telling you, I promise you there's never been a better time to get access to information, to have proximity to people you want to be, to send signals about who you are with the world, and to express your gratitude with everyone every day. and get the most out of this experience, this life that you have. So that's about it for me. I want to say one more thing on gratitude front. Tad Rupp, Professor Bowers, give it up, man. And you want to do something, I'll say, you want to take an action, you guys want to differentiate yourselves from your peers, you should be sending, not to me, I don't care, I'm easy, but everybody in this you saw today would be very impressed if some of these students in this room reached out to them with a little thank you note, and not some BS AI generated thank you note, not a carbon copy, a real specific thing. Hey, I really enjoy what you said in that session. I learned this, and I'm going to use it in this way. And I promise you, those things matter. That you make a little difference like that, you connect with someone on LinkedIn, and then if you need an opportunity down the road, they're more likely to remember you that way. So go for it, dudes. Let's go have a drink at the. Oh yeah, okay. Awesome, yeah. That was fun. That was fun. For me, hopefully. Good work, good work, good work, good work. What do you want to be? What do you want to be?
What do I want to be? I don't know.
Come on, man. You can figure it out. So, yes, absolutely. Yes, I will follow up with you 100%. You guys are the winners, dude. You're the winners. I'm serious. 20 to 2%. You should be, when you go back home, tell your, that's fun. Yeah. You guys are the 2%. I love it. I love it. You're a mess. High school in the house right here, 2%. Yes, you guys are great. You good? You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. NASA. Whoa. Have you guys talked? What's going on?
I'm VP of the Space Club, and he's.
Oh, nice, man. All right. Good to see it. All right.
I see the look of tired. Man, that was good. Squeeze it.
Okay.
Squeeze it tight.
This was fun.
In tight. About 80% of you squeezed backwards and not in. Squeeze in.
Yeah, you're tall. You're in the back row. That was fun.
I got everybody. Oh, no. Everybody's just the front two. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Perfect. Will you give Rob a hand?
Yeah. Give it 5. You did. Yeah. I'm pumped up for you guys. I wish I was back there. Man, I'd be there all day.
Were you really shadowboxing?
What do you mean? Don't talk about that. Yeah, dude, great work. You're gonna get that, dude. I feel it. Yes, yes, dude.
Energy is great.
I try. I know you're tired.
Respect it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I get pumped up about these young people.
I already said
I appreciate it.
Okay,
let me kind of just put
It
you
was
out
great.
there.
thanks, man.
Take
Thanks.
those risks of talking to people tonight.
Yes,
Don't
Were you in a
back.
fraternity at
Don't be
Wesleyan?
what I am.
I may have been.
Be
Yes.
introvert that
What
loves
fraternity?
Theta Xi.
I'm on Iris Court.
Oh my gosh.
Iris Court.